Milwaukee just came out with their Forge batteries, and I definitely have plans to put these Forge batteries into the new 20-inch chainsaw. But for regular people like you and me, that chainsaw hasn't come out. It isn't available yet. So while I wait, because the batteries came out, and this is it, a 12 amp HD Forge battery, which is supposed to make 50% more power than the original 12 amp high output battery. I'm going to try this in the 16-inch chainsaw, which I've used before. Now this is a used chainsaw, but it's got a brand new motor in it, and I'm going to put a new chain on it for the test. But we're going to charge both of these batteries up, and then we're going to see if there's a difference or a recordable difference in the cutting power of this thing with the new Forge battery versus the 12 amp hour battery that they came with. We might even do some other stuff with it, but I just want to see if these batteries are going to make a difference in tools that you already have that are high draw Milwaukee tools. So let's charge these things up and find out. Now these Forge packs are also supposed to run cooler, and they're supposed to be able to charge faster, and they're supposed to have longer life. But what I want to see is about if they run cooler. So we'll do some cuts to see what the speeds are, but I'm also going to try to beat this thing up and just like saw on pretty much as big of a log as it can handle until the battery cashes it in. We'll do it with the regular battery and the Forge battery and see if there's a noticeable difference there too. You know, I am curious, as long as we're here, let's see if there's a weight difference in those things. Ooh, vented for cooling. £2, 5 ounces. 3 pounds, 5 ounces, sorry. 3 pounds, 7 ounces. So 2 ounces different. Not a big difference, but this Forge is actually slightly lighter. So let's charge them. All right, I'm going to put a new chain on this thing so that it has a fresh chain for trying out these batteries. I don't know what's on here. Obviously, it's got an Oregon bar on it, but it's the same size as the Milwaukee bar. I think the Milwaukee bar may even be in Oregon. I'm not sure. So we'll put this on it. I got this on Amazon. It had good ratings. Kakei, I don't know. But that's what I'm going to put on there. And because I had to buy a bunch of chains, I was kind of looking for something that was good, but reasonably priced. So this is what I came up with. So I am definitely looking forward to doing some cutting here. I got a good size log, so we're gonna test the limits of this, both for single cut speed and for endurance. Now let's see if those batteries are charged and do some cutting. Okay, we're ready, and we got both batteries fully charged. We're going to try the standard high output M18 battery, and then we'll try the Forge second. All right, so this is our red lithium high output, fresh charge, brand new. Now this log is all the bar, so this is as tough as a test as we're going to get on these. we'll do a few cuts. All right, I guess we're working that thing pretty good. It just doesn't like cutting up. All right, that's enough with our standard high output battery. Let's give the Forge a try and see if we can feel a difference. Oh boy. I'll do one up, try an upcut with this. I know, I'm still asking a lot of these little itty bitty saws. All right, I'm gonna try one more cut with this thing. All right, that's good for comparison. We're down to 2 bars on that. That thing is not warm at all. But we will I'll let the heat come out a little bit if there is any, and we'll take some temperature readings. I just want to see the temperature of the battery in different spots. So right around 98 degrees. That seems to be the hottest spot I can find on this. And I'll look back. I'm not sure how many 16-inch cuts I did, but I still have 3/4 of a battery charge left. All right. Let's take some temperature on this. All right, so the hottest piece of that battery I could find was 86 degrees. So that's about 12 degrees cooler. Battery's overheated. I got, it's doing a bunch of wacky lights. I don't know if you can see that. Let's try the Forge, why not? Okay, and that's what it takes to overheat a Forge battery, which you can see the lights better in the sunlight. That's part of their advertisement, and it's 100% true. All right, well, as is often with the case when I do these tests, I was surprised by the results. So this is the high output HD 12.0 that is already in existence. It actually feels like seat of the pants. It feels like I have more nut out of this, and the saw stalls easier with the Forge battery than with the battery that the saw comes with, which is surprising because a pair of these is supposed to run that new 20-inch chainsaw that's coming out. But that's the feel, and the test results confirm that on the endurance test. Even though I got more cuts with this, the amount of time that I got, or the amount of time that each cut took, was less with this battery. So, I mean, really, that's this battery that came with the saw is the best with the saw. But what I will say is, I overheated both batteries, and the Forge came back out of overheat condition within a few minutes, where this stayed in overheat for quite a while. And keep in mind, I mean, the test that I'm doing with these batteries and the saw is like, I'm just abusing it as hard as I can. I'm leaning right on it as hard as I can, you know, and still get a decent cut out of it. And I'm not giving it any time between cuts. So these are, hopefully, and that's the point of the test, it's the worst condition that this saw will ever see. So you guys can use that to gauge what you're going to go by. So if you're going to be doing big, long cuts continuously, maybe the Forge is the battery, because it takes longer to overheat and it comes right out of overheat pretty quick. So they're advertising that it's a cooler running battery is correct. But as far as actual nut out of the saw, the original battery actually gives you a little more nut. So I hope that was helpful. Look forward to some more tests in the future with these.